What's up YouTube? This is Bathos97 and welcome back to my WWE 2K17 Universe Mode. This is the 28th installment of the series as we return to Raw following a hellacious Roadblock pay-per-view. And our tour of the land down under continues. This time we're here in Sydney, Australia. And tonight we kick things off with the man who returned, well, one of several men who returned last night at Roadblock, and we'll touch on some of the other ones here in a little bit. But making his way to the ring, making his Raw return, it is none other than the Animal, Dave Batista. And Batista last night, he returned, aligning himself with the Viper, Randy Orton, following Orton's victory over AJ Styles. Batista laid out Samoa Joe, who had come to the aid of AJ Styles, and then following that, we saw a devastating combination of a Batista bomb into an RKO. And the question that's been on everybody's mind following that is, why did Batista realign himself with Randy Orton? We all thought that Batista was done. We thought that he was gone from the WWE. But for some reason, he came back last night at Roadblock. And I guess we're going to find out here in a few short moments just exactly, what is the motivation that caused Batista to do this, to take such drastic action. That's right, we're going to give him a mic. Batista kicking off our show, and I'd imagine that he has a lot that he needs to get off of his chest. So let's not delay it any further. Let's give it to him. Well, there you have it, folks. Batista, he wants a match at WrestleMania, but here is a man who takes objection to that. Of course, the man who Batista laid out last night, it is Samoa Joe. And the Samoan submission machine does not look pleased at all. Samoa Joe, he looks ready for a fight. Are we gonna get one? Samoa Joe and Batista right now? Wait a minute! From behind! From behind! Samoa Joe blindsided by the Viper Randy Orton. And just like that, we're about to see a repeat of what went down last night at Roadblock. Samoa Joe now getting taken down with a double suplex on the part of Evolution. Orton and Batista. Oh, and now Samoa Joe just getting picked apart by these two legends. Look at that, a double RKO. I gotta admit, this is some good teamwork on the part of Batista and Orton, considering how long it's been since they've worked together. But I mean, come on, this is uncalled for, completely unprovoked. They were the ones who started this whole mess in the first place. Oh, and here it is again. Batista bomb into the RKO. Oh, but here's AJ Styles. AJ Styles coming to the aid of Samoa Joe. As Randy Orton is cleared out of the ring, Samoa Joe along with him. Look at Styles. AJ Styles springboard into the ring. And he lays out Batista. AJ Styles looking to get him some payback from last night. Oh my God, what a neck breaker. AJ Styles. Randy Orton defeated him last night at the Roadblock pay-per-view, but AJ Styles does not take too kindly to watching Samoa Joe just get torn apart like this. Of course, last night, Randy Orton was looking to punt AJ Styles in the skull, and he would have if it wasn't for Samoa Joe. So perhaps Styles feels like he owes the Samoan submission machine a bit of a favor, but it doesn't look like this is playing out too well for the Phenomenal One. Oh, as Batista thumbs down. Don't tell me he's going to hit him with another Batista bomb. That's exactly what he's gonna do. Batista bomb. AJ Styles and Samoa Joe just completely laid waste to by Evolution to kick off our show. And here you see backstage, it's Cesaro and Christian. Well, we know that these two men have some history with each other. Oh, but it seems as though they're willing to let bygones be bygones. I believe Christian may have just congratulated Cesaro on his victory at the Royal Rumble. And, you know, just wishing him luck. And of course, that does lead me to our main event for this evening. It will be Christian taking on the World Heavyweight Champion, Dolph Ziggler. That is right, folks. After last night, Dolph Ziggler got in Christian's face and shoved him backstage. Paul Heyman has made this matchup at the request of Christian. Of course, Christian has never defeated Dolph Ziggler, but perhaps tonight could be the night where he ends that losing streak. We'll get to that in a little bit, as right now we've got women's action. It is one half of the Divas Empire, Summer Rae, and she is set to take on Paige here in our opening contest for the evening. And it's interesting to note that Tamina Snuka is not coming out to ringside with Summer Rae. And the reason for that, from what I've heard, is that Stephanie McMahon did not, well, she didn't want Tamina Snuka on this tour. And I have a feeling that this all stems back to the disrespectful comments that Summer Rae made about Stephanie McMahon just a few weeks ago. And you know, on the part of Stephanie McMahon, I see exactly what she's doing here. Paige, Summer Rae both speaking out to the whole banishment of the Divas division, how it went on hiatus for several months. These were the two women who were the most vocal about it. And of course, now that Paige has beaten Nikki Bella, it seems as though Nikki has taken a back seat. Stephanie McMahon just looking to take out all of her enemies, have them fight each other. Because while Paige and Summer Rae, they definitely share a very similar mindset, that does not mean that they are allies in the slightest. These two women do not like each other. They never have. And Stephanie McMahon is looking to use that to her advantage. We know that Paige is going to be taking on Stephanie at WrestleMania. And if she wins, she gets a shot at the women's title. If she loses, then her career is over. She will be fired from the WWE. That's a massive stipulation weighing on the mind of Paige going into WrestleMania. And you have to think, Summer Rae, at last year's WrestleMania, she was on the losing end of a Divas Championship match against Brie Bella. So how does Summer Rae feel about all this? She's going to be missing out on WrestleMania this year, unless something drastic changes, and I don't really see that happening. We've got Paige, she's going to be taking on Stephanie McMahon. Summer Rae wasn't even a part of the Queen of the Ring tournament. And just to make matters worse, she's going to miss out on WrestleMania. And I mean, you know, for someone like Summer Rae, who last year she was at WrestleMania, and she lost. This could have been her time, her year, to really bounce back from that. But it doesn't look like she's going to get that opportunity. At least not yet. She's going to have to wait a whole other year in order to, well, to resurrect herself, to make up for those past mistakes. Instead, it's Paige who gets that opportunity. Paige making her WrestleMania debut later this month when she takes on Stephanie. As right now, look at the aggressiveness on the part of Paige. That's what I'm talking about. These two women, they do not care for each other. Just because they both have a similar enemy in Stephanie, that doesn't mean that these two are about to cooperate, about to work together. Paige she certainly has a history with Tamina Snuka, but, you know, Summer Rae, just the way that Summer Rae carries herself, I don't think that really resonates with Paige. Paige, you know, she's known as the anti-diva, whereas Summer Rae, you could argue, is the epitome of what a WWE diva should be. As you see, Summer Rae here, there's the mean streak of Summer Rae. Come on, referee. An illegal chokehold. Referee's gonna have to get Summer Rae, you know, separate these two. You can't let something like that stand. As Summer Rae really tapping into that aggressive streak with a couple of clotheslines. She is just bringing the fight to Paige, and that's saying something. Paige usually the aggressor in a matchup like this. But Summer Rae's not backing down either. No, wait, reversal by Paige. A nice reversal by the anti-diva as Paige. Oh, she's got her by the hair and just bounced her skull off the canvas. Nothing pretty about that, folks. That's not what you expect to see from Paige. Paige, she's willing to do whatever it takes, and man. Now it's Summer Rae returning the favor, driving her face first into the canvas. And what the heck is this? Oh man, what a face buster type move there by Summer Rae. And look at that pinfall. Look at that pinfall. But it's a kick out by Paige. You know, Summer Rae, maybe if she wasn't taunting, maybe if she wasn't being so arrogant, she might have had the win there. But instead, she gets taken down with a Paige turner. And a hook of the leg by Paige. 1, 2, no. Summer Rae manages to kick out at 2. She nearly cost herself the win with that display of arrogance. But then again, no one's got an attitude quite like Summer Rae. She definitely does have an ego about her as a former Divas champion. But Paige is a former 2-time Divas champion. And clearly she's looking to outclass Summer Rae tonight, as she's doing right now, just driving that boot straight into her face. And now Paige calling her to her feet. Paige just sizing up her prey. Looking for a fisherman, but it's reversed into an inside cradle. 1, 2... No, wait, Paige able to reverse it. 2. Oh, and a near fall. Paige was looking for a fisherman suplex, countered into a small package. And now a roll up by Paige. Does she have her here? Shoulders down. 1, 2. Now a kick out again. Back and forth. It's just pinfall after pinfall in this matchup. As now Paige, German suplex, bridging into the pin again. 2. And a kick out. What a quick succession of near falls in this matchup. But Paige is not done yet. Looking for the... No, wait a minute. Another roll-up. Another reversal by Summer Rae. Look at these beautiful counters. Does she have her here? Not so fast. It's another kick out. Summer Rae doing an excellent job at reversing everything that Paige is throwing at her. Now taking her down with a reverse DDT. And I gotta say, Summer Rae, she's really is putting up an impressive performance tonight. I wouldn't have said that her in-ring work in the past has really been all that stellar, but she's proving me wrong right here tonight. As Paige stumbles to her feet. You've got to be kidding me, Summer Rae! From the top rope, a clothesline, or maybe more like a spear, into the pin. She's got her. 2, 3, no. Paige just gets her shoulder off the canvas. Summer Rae, she cannot believe that Paige just kicked out of that. Summer Rae is throwing everything that she's got at Paige, and somehow the anti-diva is still in this matchup. But I don't know if it's going to be for much longer, as Summer Rae, look at this submission hold. Innovative move by Summer Rae, really just wearing out the arms of Paige. Is Paige going to submit? Paige, a master of submissions in her own right. Is she going to be forced to tap out? No. She rolls out of it. And Paige, she's looking for the Paige turner again. Can she get it? Yes, she does. She got all of it. The second Paige turner, but she's not going for the pin. Instead, Paige looks to follow it up with her signature, the Rampage. And Summer Rae, she is out like a light. Very close to those ropes, however. And Paige drags her to the center of the ring, ensuring that there will not be a rope break. But she's not going to go for the pin. She probably could have won this match off the Rampage, but she's got a message to send, a statement to make. As she locks in the Scorpion Crosslock. Summer Rae nowhere to go, trapped in the center of the ring. She has no choice but to tap out. Once that Scorpion Crosslock gets locked in, it's a foregone conclusion. Becky Lynch, she was fortunate enough to escape, but other than her, no one else has managed to find a way out of that submission hold. And Paige continues to use it to full effectiveness as she secures a huge victory. I mean, after the comments she made to Stephanie last night at Roadblock, and after all that Stephanie said, Paige needed a win like this tonight, and she got it. Summer Rae, well, it's back to the drawing board, back to square one for her. A monumental win here tonight for Paige. Later on tonight in our main event, we will see Dolph Ziggler take on Christian for the first time in nearly a year. Ziggler and Christian have faced off on 6 separate occasions in the past, and Ziggler was victorious in all 6 of those matches. Dolph Ziggler is a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion whose total combined reigns currently stand at 168 days, whereas Christian has only held the world title once in his Universe Mode career, and that reign only lasted 56 days. The odds are definitely in the champ's favor tonight, but you can't rule out that neck injury either. Perhaps that could be the deciding factor in who wins or loses this critical matchup. As we welcome you back to Monday Night Raw, here we go. The United States Champion is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Baron Corbin, he did not have a match at the Roadblock pay-per-view. And the last time he defended that United States title was at the Royal Rumble, when Jack Swagger answered his open challenge to anyone on the SmackDown roster. What exactly does Baron Corbin want tonight? Baron Corbin, you just see. I mean, he has held that United States Championship since Battleground, putting together a very impressive reign as the Lone Wolf. And you can just see with the way that he's been carrying himself lately, Baron Corbin, he acts like he runs the place. And quite frankly, he puts up a good case for it. Nobody has been able to beat this man in any matchup just yet. He still remains undefeated. And that's an impressive thing to say for Baron Corbin. I mean, you want to take a look at some other superstars on the roster who are currently undefeated. The only man who has really achieved any more success than Baron Corbin is SmackDown's Kevin Owens. And of course, yes, the WWE Champion, even Kevin Owens can't say that he's undefeated, because he did lose a match once, a match that he walked out of. Baron Corbin, he really is the only man who truly is undefeated and is of championship status. But he's asking for a mic, so let's see what he has on his mind. Baron Corbin issuing an open challenge for the U.S. title. Is anyone going to answer it? Oh my goodness. Ask and you shall receive, Baron Corbin. You're looking for a challenge. You've got one in the form of the Bulgarian Brute, the super athlete, and the former #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. It is Rusev. And I gotta say, if Baron Corbin, if he's looking for a rival, someone who can fill the parts, well, Rusev, he fits the bill quite nicely. I mean, just look at the size of this man, Rusev. I mean, Rusev, he has been involved in the main event scene for the past several months. Of course, a part of that iconic Team Ambrose versus Team Rollins match at Survivor Series. Then, of course, at the Royal Rumble, when he took on Dolph Ziggler, he was nearly the World Heavyweight Champion. He had it he was just inches away, moments away from capturing the gold, but he just barely came up short at the end of the night. But tonight, just like that, in the blink of an eye, he could be the next United States Champion. Baron Corbin has laid it out on a silver platter for him. And Rusev, he will gladly accept that offer. In fact, he might even come back for seconds if he can. Perhaps winning this United States title could catapult him back into the World Heavyweight Championship scene. We know that Cesaro is going to be taking on Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania in the main event, as Cesaro announced at the Royal Rumble, or at Roadblock rather, that he will be cashing in his Royal Rumble guaranteed title match against Dolph Ziggler, after The Undertaker seems to have given Kevin Owens all that he can handle for the time being. As right now, Rusev tried to strike first, Corbin with the reversal. As right now, it's Baron Corbin who starts out with the upper hand. And Baron Corbin, he says he's bored. He says that he has not had a proper challenge since Cesaro faced him at Survivor Series. And I don't know, I find that hard to believe. I feel like Baron Corbin, he's really sort of blowing that out of proportion. Because last I remember, Sami Zayn really had this man backed into a corner back at Fastlane. And even Jack Swagger put up a hell of a fight at the Royal Rumble. I don't know what Baron Corbin's thinking. But to be fair, Baron Corbin, he did win all of those matchups. So while I don't know exactly what he considers to be a challenge, maybe he only considers a challenge to be somebody who can actually defeat him. But nobody has done so yet. Perhaps that's why Baron Corbin's as bored as he is. Perhaps this United States Championship reign is not all that he was hoping it would be. As Rusev off the ropes, big time kick. And he had a full head of steam for that one. Well, if Baron Corbin, if he was looking for a fight, if he was looking for a war, he's gonna get one out of Rusev. You know, Rusev, he does not have a match at WrestleMania yet, but winning that United States Championship would grant him the opportunity to show up on that card. And Rusev, I mean, let's face it, Rusev does deserve a match at WrestleMania. After all the work that he's put in over this past year, Rusev, he more than deserves a match at WrestleMania, but unfortunately, deserving a match at WrestleMania and actually getting one, well, there's a huge difference between the two. And unfortunately, Rusev's not the only one in that position for the time being. Sami Zayn, I mentioned him earlier. He is in a similar situation as Rusev. He does not have a match at WrestleMania. Although you could argue that Sami Zayn definitely deserves one, especially considering Zayn was a part of that Team Rollins Survivor Series matchup as well as a part of Team Ambrose. As Baron Corbin right now cannot deal as much damage to Rusev as he would like. He was expecting at least a 2 count, but he only got a 1. As he just stomps a mud hole in the Bulgarian Brute, but Rusev rakes the eyes. Oh my god, and a massive kick. A massive kick. Straight to the face by Rusev, and now Rusev, he's feeling it. Rusev to the corner. Corbin, you might want to stay on the mat. Here comes Rusev. Massive clothesline. Almost like a JBL clothesline from hell. Good lord. Rusev nearly decapitated our United States champion. And now look at Rusev. Look at the strength, the power on display as Rusev tosses Baron Corbin around like a rag doll. And he's going to do it again. Rusev, again. Massive throw. And Rusev going to hook the leg. 1, 2, just a 1 count. Now it's Baron Corbin showing his defiance. Baron Corbin almost just telling Rusev, hey, if you can do that, I can do it better. As Corbin able to maneuver his way out of that hold back to his feet. Powerbomb. No, turn into a back body drop. Masterful counter by Rusev. As Rusev now. Rusev trying to gain the support of the crowd here. Of course, when you're going up against Baron Corbin, that's pretty easy to do. This crowd is not too keen on Baron Corbin. And he really hasn't done anything to warrant their support. Whereas Rusev, look at this. He's got Corbin. Alabama Slam. Rusev nails the Alabama Slam into the pin. 1. Got him. 2. Got him. No. Wow. Baron Corbin just kicked out of the Alabama Slam. He just powered out at 2. And Rusev a bit of disbelief, but he knows that he's going to have to do more than that. Surely he does. And if he didn't, well, that realization is setting in right now. As Baron Corbin, he picks him up. Places him up on that top rope. And just driving these vicious knees straight into the rib cage. And here's Rusev with a fall-away slam. Really pinpointing the attack on those ribs. That abdominal region of Baron Corbin, just targeting the torso. Trying to soften him up for the accolade. Rusev's signature submission hold. The move that he has used to become the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Rusev again continues to drive these knees straight into Corbin's ribs. And another fall-away slam. Rusev is just picking the United States champion apart right now. 1, 2, and a kick out again. Baron Corbin, You know, to his credit, Rusev is putting up a hell of a fight. But Baron Corbin, he's still hanging in there. He's right with him every step of the way. No matter what Rusev hits him with, Corbin will not stay down. But that might do it. Super kick right on the button, right on the chin. 1, 2, it's over. No! Corbin is still alive. And now Rusev's beside himself. Rusev has just jacked the jaw of Baron Corbin. But Baron Corbin's not going anywhere. And somehow he's got enough energy to counter. What is this? Rusev up on his shoulders. Oh my god! Baron Corbin like a modified deep 6. Hooks the leg. 2, 3. No! Rusev kicked out. Rusev. He will not go down so easily. Baron Corbin with that modified deep 6, but it wasn't enough. And now, a knee to the midsection. He's looking for that Falcon Arrow. But he's not going to get it. Rusev blocked it with a knee to the skull. And Rusev, oh, he's setting him up for that devastating spinning slam. Beautiful move by Rusev. Rusev, he has used that to put away several opponents in the past. Is he going to win the US title with it? No. Corbin kicks out again. Rusev, each of these pinfalls, he gets closer and closer to becoming the next United States champion. But Baron Corbin, he's not willing to let go of that title. And especially after Corbin, he talks such a big game before this matchup. Imagine if he loses to Rusev. What is that going to do for Baron Corbin? As Rusev kicks out the legs, Corbin collapses in the corner. Here comes Rusev, big time knee, straight into the skull. And now he puts the boots to Baron Corbin, and he's gone for it. The Accolade, it's in. The Accolade has been cinched in, and Baron Corbin, he's caught dead in the middle of it. Baron Corbin, he could be on the verge of defeat. Rusev, he could be the next United States champion if Baron Corbin taps. Corbin is fading. Corbin is fading. Wait a minute, no. Corbin, he slipped out of it. Corbin is still alive. As he delivers a punch to the back. Oh no, out of nowhere. Corbin, deep 6. Deep 6. Or I should say end of days. 2, 3, the end of days out of nowhere. Not the deep 6. That call will come back to haunt me. But as for Baron Corbin, this open challenge does not come back to haunt him. Although he might have to think twice before issuing an open challenge like this again. Rusev, for a moment there, I thought we were going to see a new United States champion, but Baron Corbin, well, he proves why he is the best and why he has been so bored over the past several weeks. Damn that ego of his, he's right. Well, folks, it's official. Last night we saw Paul Heyman talking with AJ Styles and Samoa Joe backstage, and we now know the reason why. At WrestleMania, Evolution will take on AJ Styles and Samoa Joe in a tag team match, but that's not all, because last night we also saw Cesaro, the winner of the Royal Rumble, make his decision to fight Dolph Ziggler for his World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of WrestleMania. And as well as that, Paige will be taking on Stephanie McMahon, where if Paige wins, she will receive a Women's Championship opportunity in the near future, but if she loses, her career in the WWE is over because she will be fired. And finally, in some breaking news for this evening, we of course do know that Dean Ambrose defeated Triple H at Roadblock, earning himself a match with Seth Rollins. But it's not just any match. This will be a war to end all wars, because Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins will collide at WrestleMania in a 60-minute Iron Man match. Good lord, these two men, they've destroyed each other enough, but now they're gonna have to fight each other for 60 minutes? On one hand, I'm excited for this matchup, but on the other hand, are either of these two men gonna survive it? And now it is time for the main event here on Monday Night Raw. A matchup that we have not seen in almost a year. It is the former World Heavyweight Champion, Christian, taking on the current World Heavyweight Champion, Dolph Ziggler. Christian made his return last night at Roadblock when he defeated Alberto Del Rio. We have not seen Christian since Survivor Series, prior to Roadblock. And the last time Christian stepped foot in the ring, he was defeated by Ryback with the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Of course, later on, just 1 month later, Dolph Ziggler would go on to defeat Ryback for the World Heavyweight Championship. And now things have come full circle once again. Last year, Christian, he had a saga of matches with Dolph Ziggler. Dating back to the WWE Superstars special, Christian, no matter how many times he fought Dolph Ziggler, he could not pick up the victory. He lost on the Superstars special, the WWE Draft, Extreme Rules, Over the Limit, and a couple of matches thrown in between on Monday Night Raw. Christian, just after all of those losses, it just sparked a downward spiral for Christian. He turned his back on the fans, and as well as that, he turned his back on his best friend, Edge. But now it seems as though Christian, he's cleared his mind, and perhaps, he's in the best mental shape of his entire career. And that's what he needs to be in when you go up against a guy like Dolph Ziggler, a man who Christian, to this point in his career, has never been able to beat. Dolph Ziggler 6-0 when facing Christian in singles competition. And tonight he looks to extend that winning streak to 7. And you gotta think that Christian, he doesn't have many more matches left in the tank. This could be his last chance to pick up a victory over Dolph Ziggler. And if he does lose tonight, well then that losing streak, it's only going to continue to hang over his head. But it goes more so for bragging rights on the part of Dolph Ziggler, because Dolph Ziggler, he can boast about that winning streak. That's one thing that you can definitely credit as a big contributor to his first World Heavyweight Championship reign, was the fact that Christian, Edge, they could not touch him. Christian and Edge both had 2 opportunities at the world title, and they lost both of them. Well, tonight it's a non-title matchup. Perhaps that could be the difference maker when the title's not on the line. Not to say that really has helped Christian in the past. He has fought Ziggler on, 4 of those matches. 4 of those 6 were non-title matches. But perhaps, tonight, after Christian has had several months away, several months to sort of reevaluate himself, perhaps Christian, this could be the night. This could be the golden opportunity for him to beat Dolph Ziggler once and for all. Dolph Ziggler drives that elbow straight into the heart. Dolph Ziggler looking for the pin, looking for the early victory, but he's only going to get a 1 count. Of course, Dolph Ziggler coming off of his massive victory over the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels last night at Roadblock. And Dolph Ziggler, he's got a WrestleMania title defense to look forward to, a match with the Swiss Superman Cesaro in the main event of WrestleMania. Last year, Dolph Ziggler wasn't even on the WrestleMania card. This year, he's going to be main eventing it. And you have to think, that's going to be weighing on his mind here tonight. This is not a match that Ziggler can afford to lose. Especially considering the current mental state of Dolph Ziggler. Obviously, his physical well-being is up in the air. It really is questionable. He's got that neck injury, of course. We've been talking about it ever since he returned at Survivor Series. But Dolph Ziggler, if he were to lose a match against Christian, a guy who has never been able to beat Dolph Ziggler in his career, well then, what is that going to do to Dolph Ziggler? Ziggler, he's had all these chances to face Christian in the past, and he has never lost. But if he were to lose tonight, he could reach his breaking point. As right now, Christian off the Tornado DDT, he only gets a 1 count. Dolph Ziggler, especially after all the talk that he's made and the victory over Shawn Michaels last night, he wants to keep that momentum going. Let's look at Ziggler. Massive face buster to Christian. As Dolph Ziggler now sizes him up. Drop kick to the side of the skull. Dolph Ziggler. He's starting to gain control. He's starting to pick up momentum. Let's look at this. Jawbreaker. Nice jawbreaker there by Ziggler. Using his shoulder, driving it straight into the chin of Christian. And now Dolph Ziggler. Looking for that signature headstand headlock. A move that only a guy like Dolph Ziggler can pull off. A move that only someone as arrogant as Dolph Ziggler would even be willing to try. And now look at Ziggler. Ziggler firing up the combination. 10 elbow drops on the way. As we hit the halfway point, Dolph Ziggler. He's not showing any signs of slowing down as he connects with the 9th. Here it comes. A bit of showboating by Ziggler as we expect. And he delivers it. The 10th and final elbow, the heart stopper, as he hooks the leg. 2. No, a kick out by Christian. Dolph Ziggler, he thought it should have been 3. But after all the matches he's had with Christian, I don't know if that's just wishful thinking on the part of Dolph. But look at this, Ziggler into the corner. He went for the splash, but Christian blocked it with an elbow. And now Christian with the inside cradle. Shoulders down, 1, 2. Oh my God, he almost had him. Dolph Ziggler has to keep his wits about him. As now Christian. He's got him in a headlock here. Christian, he's got him up now. Gourd Buster. Beautiful move by Christian, a devastating move. As now Christian, he's got the champ reeling. This is Christian's golden opportunity to go on the attack. And he's doing just that with these vicious elbows. Straight to the temple. As Ziggler crumbles in a heap on the canvas. Christian to the top rope. Look out below, elbow drop. And a hook of the leg by Christian. Does he have him here? 1, 2. No, he doesn't. Dolph Ziggler, he will not be put away by a measly elbow drop. Especially considering Ziggler, he loves to showboat with all of his variety of elbow drops. But now Christian with the reverse DDT. Christian, he's feeling it. You hear the crowd chanting his name, and Christian, he's soaking it in right now, but he should be capitalizing. Is that distraction gonna come back to cost him? Apparently not, as he drills Ziggler with an impaler DDT. Hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3. No. Nope, I'm getting ahead of myself. Ziggler kicks out at 2. As Christian, he thought it should have been 3. Oh, but now he goes to the corner. Christian sizing him up for a spear, but it's reversed. Ziggler reversed it into a DDT. Christian, his skull was just spiked into the canvas. Don't tell me Ziggler's gonna go for a spear now. Ziggler in the corner, he's calling for it. No, instead it's a Famouser, but he got caught. Powerbomb. The Famouser was blocked by Christian, and he turned it into a powerbomb. And now Christian to the top rope. Look out below. Frog splash. Christian feeling froggy, but does he have the win? 2, 3. No. Ziggler's just hanging in there. As Christian is exhausted, he just falls into the pin again. Perhaps it was a fluke? No, of course it wasn't. Ziggler, he is far from done with this match. As Christian just collapsed in the corner. He's looking like, what do I have to do? What do I have to do to put Ziggler away? As Christian now, Irish whip into the turnbuckle. He's looking to place him up in that high rent district, taking him to no man's land. Wait a minute, counter by Ziggler. Ziggler reverses. Look out, Famouser! Famouser from the top rope. That'll do it. If Ziggler pins him, it's over. Count it, ref. 1, 2, 3. No, it's not. Christian, that wasn't good enough. Christian is he's still coming back for more. Oh, but this'll do it. If Ziggler can hit this super kick, it's all over. As he sizes him up, tunes up the band, but he can't hit it. He can't hit it. Oh, wait a minute, Christian, kill switch. Kill switch engaged. And Christian hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Christian has just beaten Dolph Ziggler. Well, for a while we never thought that he would do it, but Christian, he just pinned the world champ. And look at Christian going to, oh my God. Ziggler a cheap shot, well come on. Christian won this match fair and square, but this is exactly what I was worried about. Dolph Ziggler. It's too close to WrestleMania. Tensions are too high. No. I mean, this is beyond a joke. Ziggler, you can't do this. It's Cesaro. Cesaro, he's not going to let it happen. Cesaro comes to the aid of Christian, just like he came to the aid of Shawn Michaels last night at Roadblock. As Christian now being tended to by Cesaro. Ziggler getting out of dodge. Getting out of dodge as Cesaro picks Christian up to his feet, checking on him. As Christian out. Wait, what? Thumb to the eye and a low blow. What? What the hell is this? You've got to be kidding me. Christian with a low blow to Cesaro. I mean, last time we saw Christian, he said he had unfinished business with Cesaro, but I thought that was behind him. Apparently not. That's Christian now. No, kill switch to the #1 contender. What was that about? And now, no. This whole thing was a damn setup. This whole thing was a damn setup from the beginning. As Christian now with the steel chair. Just striking Cesaro, and look at Ziggler. Ziggler saying, give me the chair. I want a shot. Oh my God, you have to be kidding me. These two men are on the same page? Unbelievable. This was a damn setup from the beginning. What? What? No way! Edge is back! Edge is back! Edge is back! Look out, Ziggler! Spear! Edge nearly broke Ziggler in half with a spear, and look at Christian! Christian doesn't know what to do! Christian trying to attack Edge, but Edge is here! Edge just took out Ziggler, coming to the aid of Cesaro, and now he's getting him some of Christian. The last time we saw Edge was at Battleground when he lost to Christian. Well, we're out of time, folks. We can't stick with this. That is it. We can't keep covering this. These two men are going to continue to brawl as we go off the air.